Hello everyone. Welcome to yet another session of BIJOYEE BARTALAAP. আজি আমাৰ লগত অলপ বেলেগ আলহী এজন আছে। তেখেত UPSC কোৱালিফাই কৰা। আগৰ আমাৰ গেষ্টবিলাক সব APSC গেষ্ট আহিছিলে। এবাৰ ফাৰ্ষ্ট টাইম আমি আনিছোঁ UPSC গেষ্ট এজন। তেখেত দীপজয় দাস হয়, ডেপুটি ডাইৰেক্টৰ অফ ইনকাম টেক্স ইনভেষ্টিগেশ্যন নৰ্থ ইষ্ট ৰিজন। তেখেত 2016ত UPSC অল ইণ্ডিয়া ৰেংক 849 ৰেংক পাইছিলে। এণ্ড তেখেতে IRS IT পোষ্ট পাইছিলে। আকৌ 2007ত তেখেতে আকৌ UPSC কোৱালিফাই কৰিছিলে 855 ৰেংক। তাৰপিছত তেখেতে আকৌ IRS পাইছিলে। এতিয়া বৰ্তমান তেখেত গুৱাহাটীত পোষ্টিং হৈ পেলাই IRS ইনস্পেক্টৰ হৈ পেলাই আছে। চ' ৱেলকাম দীপজয়।
Thank
Welcome
you,
to
Raif. It's an honor to, join this session. Thank you.
So like আজি এই সেশনটোত আমি দীপজয়ৰ লগত অলপ আলোচনা কৰিম যে UPSCৰ জাৰ্নিটো কেনেকুৱা হয়। APSC জাৰ্নিটো আমি লাষ্ট সিজন আমি APSC কোৱালিফাইড কেণ্ডিডেটছৰ লগত কথা পাতি আহিছোঁ। এবাৰ আমি UPSC কোৱালিফাইড কেণ্ডিডেটছ এজন আহিছে আমাৰ মাজত। চ' ফাৰ্ষ্ট যোনটো আমাৰ ইউজুৱেলি ট্ৰেডমাৰ্ক কুৱেশ্যন থাকে সেইটো দিয়ে ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিম। চ' দীপজয়, ফাৰ্ষ্ট কুৱেশ্যন আমাৰ ইউজুৱেলি এইটোৱে থাকে যে চিভিল চাৰ্ভিচ যোনটো জাৰ্নি ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিছা তুমি, চ' কেতিয়া তুমি ইনস্পায়াৰ হ'লা ফৰ দিছ জাৰ্নি, যে কেতিয়া তুমি ভাবিলা যে আমি তুমি UPSC কৰিবা বা UPSC এই জাৰ্নিটোত তুমি খোজ দিবা?
It was way back in 2013, like college or pisot ulai I joined a private organization. I was doing decently well, but somehow that did not meet my expectations. I wanted to do something different. Then I started to browse for options ki ase মোৰ ওচৰত। So মই ভাবিলো initially কি মই CAT দি IIMs try কৰো নেকি। Then I thought ki higher studies or যাও, but somehow those things were not matching up at that time. So then one of our batchmate from college was preparing in Old Rajendra Delhi. I gave a call to him. What are you doing? He told me, as I prepare, I'm preparing. Then back of my mind that civil services was always there, but it never came to the forefront as an option, because you can say I never thought I will be taking this long journey for preparation, leaving job and everything. I was not that well prepared mentally, but at that point of time I thought it's better to decide now and prepare than postpone the thing. That is when it struck me okay, let me start. I left the job. Overnight I shifted to Delhi.
তুমি যদি বেয়া নোপোৱা অলপমান তোমাৰ বেকগ্ৰাউণ্ডৰ কথা ক'বা নেকি, লাইক ক'ৰ পৰা পাছ আউট কৰিছিলা, আচলতে আমাৰ এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চ বিলাকে অকমান গম পাই যে লাইক কোনটো বেকগ্ৰাউণ্ডৰ পৰা অহাৰ পিছতো তুমি UPSCত সোমাব পাৰিলা?
Okay. মই ক্লাছ 10th কৰিছিলো অইল ভেলি স্কুল ডিগবয়ৰ পৰা। Then 11-12 মই DPS নুমালিগড়ৰ পৰা কৰিলো। Then I cleared AIEEE and got into NIT Silchar mechanical engineering কৰিলো। 2013 batch mechanical pass out. Then I got into a private organization. So that was the background. Then after that I went to Delhi for preparation. It was, if I can remember the date also, it was 17th of September probably. I just came to Delhi without anything. I had nothing in my mind. With a clean slate, I just knew I have to prepare for civils. Frankly speaking, at that point of time, I did not know much about the syllabus. That initial part, it was very difficult for me. If I can recall first days in Vajiram, I used to sit in the class, people used to ask question. My question to বুজি পোৱা নাছিলো কি সুধি আছে, forget about the answer and the fact. They used to link the topic to the newspaper, current affairs from the day one. And I used to feel, did I make a wrong mistake at that time? Like, am I in the right place, or should I proceed forward? But I did not give up, and I continued the process. It took a long time. First 2 attempts I did not get any result. In the third attempt I made it to IRS. But during this process, there are a lot of things which I learned from my mistakes. I think those will be more valuable to the aspirants rather than the success story that everyone tells. So So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
believe
exactly.
ki, though, that things if
We
I can share,
yeah.
then I
We
think
want the
that will be.
aspirants to know the failures in the journey rather than the success, like so that they do not get demotivated while they are pursuing the journey.
See, the thing is that ki, only thing which is important is that self belief that I can do it. Okay,
Yeah.
that first thing is the reason why. For me, it was I was jobless. To be
Hmm.
frank, okay, I had
Hmm.
to clear the exam because I left engineering. The engineering degree at that point of time was of no use if I cannot make it to civils, then no company will offer me a job. I have to start from scratch again.
Yes,
So for me,
exactly.
that hunger was always there. So I did
Hmm.
not like giving up was not an option.
Hmm.
So that belief has to be there throughout the journey. And I believe that initial failures only makes you a stronger person.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
first at first attempt I cleared prelims. That at that time CSET was there, so I was kind of lucky, I would say, that
Hmm.
CSET helped me. I was not that well prepared with GS. Mains I did not have an in-depth preparation, so I lagged in all the subjects almost.
Hmm.
Second attempt, I did much better, but I missed the final list by 18 marks
Okay.
after interview.
No.
That was the time when I broke. After giving it a lot, 2.5 months is left for next pre, and
Hmm.
then I did not get the result. Like I got a negative result. Basically, my name was not the list, not in the result list, nothing. So then what to do? If I these 2.5 months, if I don't prepare for prelims, my prelims is after 2.5 months,
Hmm.
and I have like family expects. There is your own expectation after preparing well for like 2.5 3 years. So
Hmm.
but then what I understood from the process is that is the best time to channelize your negative energy to positive work.
Yeah.
The difference of the second attempt and the third attempt was those 2.5 months. I
Campus.
put in like almost my demand to Paris one. You can say
Hmm.
as many hours possible humanly. I put in,
Campus.
I improve my optionals, I improve my answer writing. That made the difference in the third attempt. So
Campus.
my experience of এইটোৱে ক'ব বিচাৰো কি there will be some time in the preparation where you will feel that things are not happening, but
Hmm.
still stick to the process and keep believing. And when you
Yeah.
turn back after a month, you will see that you have progressed a lot.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
keep updating yourself with the APSC or UPSC. They're changing
Hmm.
the pattern every year. Pattern means
Hmm.
it doesn't mean the mode of exam, way of exam. Within
Hmm.
the a single paper, the kind of questions they're asking, it changes every year. So an
Hmm.
aspirant has to understand what is the requirement of the exam.
Exactly.
So that is where I believe ki many people lag. Even after having a lot of knowledge, people are not able to clear because they don't anticipate what is about to come.
Yeah,
Like if
exactly.
you pick any year's paper, say for example paper two of
Hmm.
UPSC. Suppose I'm talking about UPSC paper two mains,
Hmm.
polity paper. The
Hmm.
pattern has changed, like from 2013, 14, 15, and then it has changed. Initially, it
Hmm.
was all static. Then they went to current, and now they are mixing current and static. So
Yeah.
now I cannot prepare only current and go and expect I will get a 100 plus score in paper.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of anticipation of what UP is expecting from you and how it is getting updated is very important. Same is with the
Yeah.
prelims also. So
Hmm.
that is my understanding.
So এতিয়া লাইক আমি লাইক এইটো বছৰৰ পৰা আমাৰ APSC আৰু UPSCৰ চিলেবাছটো একে হৈ গৈছে। চ' লাইক অসমৰ ষ্টুডেণ্টছবিলাকে APSC যোনবিলাকে প্ৰিপেয়াৰ কৰি আছিলে সিহঁতে UPSC পেটাৰ্ণতে বেছিকেলি প্ৰিপেয়াৰ কৰা ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিবলগীয়া হৈছে। চ' ক'ব গ'লে ইটছ বেছিকেলি আ UPSC জাৰ্ণি ইন আ স্মল স্কেল ইন APSC স্কেল। চ' ফাৰ্ষ্ট বুলি নহয়, লাইক যোন নতুনকে যোনবিলাকে এই জাৰ্ণিটোত খোজ দিছে, they have they might go through some problems, or they might go through some obstacles, যোনবিলাক maybe তুমিও পাই আহিছা তোমাৰ জাৰ্ণিটোত। So what is that obstacle that you found when you started the journey?
See, the first most important, the biggest challenge in the entire UPSC process is the enormous syllabus that is there. Okay,
Hmm.
so particularly optionals we have to go in depth. There is no other option.
Hmm.
But even the GS syllabus at the onset it looks very vast. Plus
Hmm.
prelims to now, because of only one paper, it becomes very challenging. In fact, I
Hmm.
believe prelims is the most challenging part of today's present day exam
Yeah.
because there
Yeah.
is only one paper.
Yeah.
So in this entire process, there are only two best friends we have. One is the syllabus, second is the
Hmm.
previous year's question. Hundreds of coaching institutes may guide in different way, but every aspirant has to get one thing very clear is from this particular topic, this kind of questions is being asked. I'm saying the word kind of questions because like
Yeah.
in modern history, the kind of
Hmm.
questions UPSC has been asking is
Hmm.
totally different from say what is directly written in a Spectrum or a Bipin Chandra or any book. No, you
Hmm.
have to understand what is the requirement of the exam. Let's be frank,
Hmm.
see, we are not here to gain knowledge or
Hmm.
do a PhD in preparation. Our
Hmm.
only motive is to clear the exam.
Yeah,
আৰু আমাৰ
exactly.
একো গ'ল নাই আমি এইটো
Yeah,
প্ৰিপাৰেশ্যন কৰি আছো বিকজ আমাৰ এক্সামটো ক্লিয়াৰ কৰিব লাগে তো
exactly.
এক্সামটো ক্লিয়াৰ কৰিবলৈ what requirement is needed, what is the demand of the exam has to be understood the first. I am sure that you are guiding the students in that direction, and I, through this platform, I would like to, this is the most important thing. Many aspirants who are much well, better they have a better knowledge, they have a good background, their way of studies suits this exam, but they fail to clear the exam because they don't understand the requirement of the exam. They go
Yeah,
into such depth of the preparation which is not needed for them.
yeah, exactly.
Sometimes some topics need to be specified at larger depth, others need to be understood at much more wide perspective. So
Hmm.
that is one key aspect. Second thing,
Hmm.
uh, the timing of appearing mocks.
Hmm.
That is one mistake which aspirants do.
Hmm.
What they do is they are not yet fully prepared, but they take up mocks,
Hmm.
particularly prelims, and they repeatedly start getting lower marks,
Hmm.
and that sets in that confidence goes. You don't understand your preparation. The only purpose
Yes.
of mocks is ki ami buji pao ki okay, these are the kind of questions I am getting it correct, these are the kind of questions I am I'm getting many negatives, and these are the questions I
Yeah.
don't know. That is the only
Hmm.
purpose to gauge
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
Now
Exactly.
what happens ki প্ৰিলিমছৰ আগত আমাৰ আমি যেনেকৈ পলিটি পঢ়ি আছো suppose
Hmm.
say 2 months before prelims আৰু
Hmm.
we are studying polity, we go and appear a full length test. So
Hmm.
polity questions we are getting it correct, and the rest
Hmm.
is all mess. So
Yes.
that kind of mock is not helping anyone.
That's
Only
true.
your confidence is going down and nothing more is happening. So
Yes.
it's
Yes,
very
exactly.
important to time your mock. It's
Hmm.
better you appear part tests rather than appearing full test if you're not fully prepared. That will
Hmm.
slowly boost your confidence. Your marks might not reflect directly, but it's more important to be prepared one day before exam rather than 1 month before exam.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that timing is very important. Second thing, balancing of prelims and mains.
Yeah.
uh, See, end of the day, prelims is a qualifying exam. Although
Hmm.
it is the most toughest part of present day exam format,
Hmm.
but it is a qualifying exam.
Hmm.
So you cannot divert all your energy to prelims because that is not going to fetch you the marks which is needed to clear the exam.
Yeah.
So that answer writing process, the newspaper reading, mains optional
How
focus,
much
these
how,
things.
how much how much important is newspaper reading? Like, I have, like, here I have encountered many aspirants june like newspaper মই পঢ়িব কৈ হলেও নপঢ়ে, like লাষ্টত they would go for current
Uh,
affairs competition কিন্তু নিউজ পেপাৰ নপঢ়ে। মানে নিউজ পেপাৰ পঢ়াটো কিমান ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট অলপমান কৈ দিব পাৰিবা নেকি?
See, মোৰ মতে newspaper is an integral part of the preparation.
Hmm.
ठीक है? See, first thing is all the three like prelims, mains, and interview are an integrated exam, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
First, current affairs material which is given by coaching institutes, say Vision IAS or
Hmm.
other institutes which have now come up with their monthly magazine,
Hmm.
those are essential and needed. But the thing is that will not give you your own perspective.
Yeah.
Newspaper reading gives you, that the article which you're reading, it sets in the subconscious.
Yeah.
Okay, first thing. Second thing, the where will you learn the language and vocabulary?
Yes.
Ultimately, you are writing an exam which is
Hmm.
judging. The examiner doesn't know you. The examiner,
Hmm.
you are not communicating to the examiner. Only way
Yeah,
you are communicating is what you have written in the paper, right? So
exactly.
that vocabulary has to come. And
Yes, exactly.
me being from a science background, who have done engineering, that humanities vocabulary was totally missing in my writing, everything. Whatever I picked up, my vocabulary had come from newspaper.
Hmm.
Initially what I used to do, I used to pick good lines from those newspaper,
Hmm.
I maintain pages subject wise. I used to keep those lines written.
Hmm.
Before, suppose there is a test of polity today,
Hmm.
mains, or say
Hmm.
there is a test of say economics. I used to
Hmm.
go through those lines and try to replicate those lines directly in my answers.
Hmm.
That way I started picking up a lot. And
Hmm.
the way those lines, particularly the editorials, are, it's a crux. So it's a
Hmm.
very precise language that saves a lot of time in exam, because time management is also very important.
Hmm.
So that is how newspaper is important. Also, newspaper gives you a lot of examples. It keeps you very up to date. Like you are in the process, because enjoying the process is important. So
Hmm.
newspaper, I used to take newspaper reading more as a, it was refreshment for me, rather than
Yeah,
I used to
exactly.
take it as a burden. Like I'm
Hmm.
reading, suppose my option was geography, so I was reading
Hmm.
geography, suppose say for 3 4 hours, and then now I'm like, or nahi padna hai, abhi I'm not going to do anything. I just pick up the newspaper, take a sheet of paper and then jot down some of the things.
Hmm.
That gives a break. Basically, newspaper reading was more of a break for me, rather than I should take it as a burden. I have to read the newspaper.
Yeah.
That way, I think you can, encourage the aspirants to slowly take up newspaper writing. It is initially it is tough, but it comes in as with regular practice.
Uh, so, like, starting with your journey, how did you decide your optional? Like, that's a great question for new aspirants. Like, they are very confused, like, whether to take their own subject in graduation, or they should go for art subject. Like, those who are in science background, they think whether should they go for art subjects and stuff. So what was your deciding factor? Like, how did you decide what option would you take?
See, optional nowadays, present day, not initially when the new syllabus came, it was not that determining factor. Today, optional is a determining factor of your, at least your rank. If you don't get good mark in optional, you are not getting an IS or an ACS. That
Hmm.
is for sure. Unless and until
Hmm.
you have not exceptionally well in your ethics or essay or interview. So
Hmm.
optional is a very important while selecting, and that's like it's a marriage basically. You're marrying that subject. So you
Hmm.
have the option of choosing the bride or a groom. Okay. So initially you should spend some time, understand that what what does the optional give you in return. First thing. Second thing, availability of material is key important. Third,
Hmm.
regarding that aspect you mentioned, key graduation subjects should be considered or not. More see, my engineering, I did mechanical engineering, but
Hmm.
somehow I felt ki I did not have so in-depth knowledge in mechanical engineering, which would, maybe help me in UPSC. So I thought,
Hmm.
let me start with a fresh note. I'll take a fresh
Yeah.
subject, and
Hmm.
which has a good overlap with GS. That is also very key. Now, if you're taking a subject, suppose somebody is taking, say, literature. Now, literature has no overlap whatsoever with the GS
Yeah.
or essay or even interview.
Hmm.
Now, that person has to give that amount of time for literature, although many literatures are scoring. Also, notes availability is an issue, and then ensure that he gets a 300 score.
Yeah.
So it becomes very difficult. So
Hmm.
that is where there are many people, many of my batchmates have cleared through literature.
Hmm.
They had that interest in the subject. Also, they had the sources ready, where they could refer back for, notes and everything. But their numbers are very few. That is where the subject like say PSIR or geography, or say sociology, public administration, these has much more overlap with the syllabus, and it
Hmm.
saves a lot of time in GS. Like for
Hmm.
me, geography covered a lot of paper one,
Hmm.
paper
Hmm.
three, and that also helped me giving a better understanding of a lot of things. It made
Hmm.
drawing diagrams easier,
Hmm. Hmm.
and quick reference and examples became more easy. So
Hmm.
I think looking at all these aspects, one should decide the optional, because once you decide the optional, you are going to continue it for the entire preparation. So it is very crucial to understand the pros and cons, and also which subject is doing good. You need to keep a track on that also. So hetu
Yeah.
both important.
Hmm.
It's like I would not recommend today anyone to, although I like geography, but there are better options I believe, because it has not been fetching so good marks in the recent past.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
so that is how, you need to decide your option. End of the day, we are going to clear the exam. It's not the
Hmm.
interest that matters.
So, like, আৰু এটা question, like, আমি চবকে সুধো, চবে চব successful aspirants, okay, যে বহুতৰ কুৱেশ্যন থাকে যে কোচিং কৰাটো ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয় নে নহয়, কোচিং কৰোঁ নে নকৰোঁ, নে নিজে প্ৰিপেয়াৰ কৰোঁ, কোচিং কৰি কিবা লাভ আছে নে নাই, আৰু কিছুমানে গৈ পেলাই জাষ্ট বিকজ দেয়াৰ পিয়াৰ্ছ আৰ গ'য়িং ফৰ কোচিং সিহঁতে গুচি যায় যে আমি এটা এজ নাপাম বুলি। চ' তুমি কি ভাবা? What do you think
Uh,
about, what was your take on taking coaching?
See, for me, the case was different. At that time, this syllabus of UPSC was new.
Hmm.
Online material নাছিলে ঠিক আছে,
Hmm.
there was no Vision IS capsule of 365 or this kind of things were not available at that time.
Hmm.
সেইটো কাৰণে মোৰ কাৰণে coaching was not an option, it was a compulsion. I had to
Hmm.
take it because
Hmm.
Bajirav and Ravi was more of, you need to take Bajirav and Ravi because that is only where they were covering companies.
Hmm. Hmm.
Today, the scenario is totally different.
Hmm.
Basically, there are guides, there are online options,
Hmm.
there are lot of topper stock. Lot of coaching institute have given many free material online.
Hmm.
So coaching is not a necessity now if one can manage that well. But
Hmm.
to some extent, a guide is always needed, like somebody who we can fall back on if you are lost what is happening.
Hmm.
uh, that coaching institutes can give you short capsule uh, notes which probably you will take, say a topic of disaster management will take you 3 days to prepare probably,
Hmm.
but coaching institute can cover that in say
Yes.
two sessions.
Yes.
So that way coaching institute is helpful lot,
Yeah.
it saves a lot of time, it's
Yeah.
more focused if you can get the right kind of person to guide
Hmm.
you, and
Hmm.
that way I believe coaching is student needed. But if one decides to prepare by their own, there
Hmm.
is sufficient material online, but that
Hmm.
self discipline has to come, and
Hmm.
that you need to go the extra mile if you're preparing alone, so that is
Yeah.
always there.
Hmm. Okay. So, like, তুমি মেইনছ দিল, চৰি প্ৰিলিমছ দিলা, চ' মেইনছৰ কাৰণে what would you suggest the APSC candidates must do, because they are facing the same syllabus as UPSC nowadays, আৰু যোনটো কাৰণে ইহঁতৰ চিলেবাছটো বহুত ইট হাজ জাষ্ট গন আউট অফ বাউণ্ডছ, বহুত ডাঙৰ হৈ গৈছে, বহুত বেছি হৈ গৈছে। অন টপ অফ ডেট এথিক্সৰ পেপাৰ এখন আছে, এথিক্স এছে পেপাৰ এখন আছে, আৰু কি বুলি কয় অসমৰ ওপৰতো এখন পেপাৰ এখন আছে।
Paper
চ'
essay. Yes, yes.
এথিক্স আৰু এছে পেপাৰখন বেচিকেলি কেনেকৈ টাৰ্গেট কৰিব লাগে তোমাৰ মতে?
uh, See, more I'll be honest, more first two papers of essay, first two attempts I got 95, I got 105. Third attempt I got 150.
Hmm.
The only difference was I had written some 20 odd essays before going to the exam.
Hmm.
So essay you don't prepare separately. Uh,
Hmm.
the GS preparation itself is essay preparation, and the newspaper reading which I've been talking,
Hmm.
that itself is essay preparation. Essay is more the thought process should be in a flow, which will only come if you start practicing and writing. So for
Yeah.
essay, I would recommend all the aspirants that Sunday morning you get up,
Hmm.
take any topic, previous years, whatever topic you feel like,
Hmm.
just sit down and write two essays for 3 hours. You
Hmm.
do it from now. Like every Sunday, ensure that you're writing one essay, like two essays, sorry,
Hmm.
125, 125. If you do it for a period of 3 to 4 months, you will see that your thought process, your flow of writing, your presentation of an essay, the facts, the examples, the flow, everything will get organized with time. So
Hmm.
essay, the only way is write more essays, and
Hmm.
particularly with the present day UPSC trend, and which I think APSC will also adopt gradually or is being adopting already probably, is that
Hmm.
philosophical part of essay, which they are
Yeah.
topics,
Yeah.
where aspirants face a like hell lot of difficulty in writing and framing in the exam hall. Only solution is practice.
Hmm.
Write more essays. We generally think, okay, there is a topic, simple topic, say, uh, pen is mightier than sword. We think,
Hmm.
हाँ ठीक है, I will write so and so, I'll write this and this, I'll give this example. Okay, fine.
Hmm.
But telling and thinking and writing it down in one for 1200 words is a different ballgame.
Yeah.
So sit down, write for 1200 words, come back to that essay after 1 week, you will find your own mistake. You are the best judge of your own writing, right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that if you can be honest to your like judging your own essay, I think essay preparation will cruise. I don't think
Hmm.
essay should be a problem. And most importantly, a aspirant should target getting at least a 140 plus in essay, because that is the easiest paper to score, I believe, in the entire scheme of the exam.
Mhm.
Because that you
Yeah.
have control in the entire thing. You're writing from first word to the last word is your own. Just the
Mhm.
topic they have given. You can take the topic in any direction. You have the freedom if you can maneuver well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Regarding ethics, it was a bit challenging initially.
Mm.
Uh, Case study part needs a separate approach and separate preparation.
Mm.
Case study is the most scoring part.
Mm.
First thing. Second thing, ethics paper is those topics which are mentioned in the syllabus. যেটা mention করা আছে,
Mm.
there are some 30, 40 odd, yeah, more than that topic, subtopics mentioned. Each
Mm.
topic, each aspirant should have their own 100 words written
Mm.
ready, like 100 words, 150 words ready for each topic. Say integrity, you have 150 words ready. Or
Mm.
say civil services aptitude, or say morality, you have 100, 150 words ready.
Mm.
Along with that, one textbook, bookish example, one example from civil services, one example
Mm.
from your own life ready.
Mm.
If you have
Mm.
this, this is the matter which is going to sail you through, right? If
Mhm.
you have this ready, I believe that first 125, sorry, first 130 marks, aspirants should not have any problem, because
Mm.
uh, UPSC has been repeating questions, but people have not been able to score because they don't have those 150 words ready. They generally,
Mm.
what they do, somebody will pick up a lexicon, or they will pick up some
Yes.
notes from
Yes.
market, and just
Yes.
make, they think that those are their own 100 words. No, that
Yes.
is not your
Yes.
100 words.
That's not
That
their own. Yeah.
originality is missing, and you have the
Missing.
entire year to prepare for ethics. You just
Yeah.
take one topic in each day. You don't have to
Mm.
do much. You just take, today is integrity day. Today you just write 100, 150 words of integrity on integrity
Mm.
and keep it ready. This thing. Second, third most important thing which most aspirants miss out is time management in ethics paper. Because
Mm.
time management in ethics is the toughest, because we get generally case study takes a lot of time,
Mm.
and because we have not practiced enough ethics paper before sitting in the exam, we tend to lag a lot. So we tend to miss out on 2, 3 questions. That does not
Mhm.
help. Ethics is a
Mhm.
very scoring paper if prepared well. Don't leave it for, like before prelims and mains, we will give 10 days for ethics. That does not help. Ethics
Mhm.
vocabulary is different from general studies vocabulary. That needs to
Mhm.
be picked up throughout the year. So gradual preparation, maybe 2, 3 hours a week for ethics, is much more helpful than one short 10 days preparation between prelims and mains. Heketa Korile, I think ethics should not be difficult for the aspect.
Yes.
And not to take it as a burden, it's a new subject, so approach it in a new way. So that is very important.
Yeah. আৰু so after ethics and we have talked about ethics and essay. তাৰ পিছত comes the interview phase, and এতিয়া বৰ্তমান বহুত এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চে ইণ্টাৰভিউ দিও আছে, and কিছুমানৰ APSC ইণ্টাৰভিউ scheduled আছে এইকেইদিনৰ ভিতৰত. So UPSC ইণ্টাৰভিউটো কেনেকুৱা হয়? Like, what was your experience? You have given 2 interviews in UPSC, and um, you have cleared those interviews. So what was your experience in those interviews?
First of all, congratulations to all the aspirants who have cleared the mains and appearing interview. Already appeared few of them probably, and some of
Hmm.
them are appearing. So all the best
Yeah.
for them who are appearing.
Yeah.
Secondly, see, interview. I My personal experience was, I have appeared 3 interviews. First interview I scored 150. Second was 154, if I can recall. Third was 169. Uh, the difference between all the 3 interviews, and that there are a lot of commonalities in all the interviews, 3 interviews. Uh, First thing is, it's a conversation. Okay,
Hmm.
so we have created a high present day social media that interview, UPSC interview will be, that actually does not boost the confidence of the aspirant. It's a conversation with 5 wise men. In case of APSC, 3 wise men. That is the most important. Second
Hmm.
thing, it's a personality test and not a test of knowledge.
Hmm.
UPSC and APSC has to test knowledge. They have taken an exhaustive mains examination, and they
Exactly.
have tested whatever they have to test.
Hmm.
Here it's your personality test. So, unnecessary trying to mug up facts and trying to, trying to cramp up all the things in 2 weeks before the interview does not help
Hmm.
anything. So
Hmm.
that is second. Third thing, interview, honesty is the best and the easiest policy to follow. It's
Hmm.
very difficult to bluff in front of people who are having 30, 35 years of experience sitting in front of
Hmm.
you.
Hmm.
They can see through you. inside you, outside you, everything. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I tried in the first interview to maneuver a bit. I was
Yeah.
called on by the interview in the by the chair. That was a big learning experience for me,
Hmm.
and it is very important to be very honest, and even if you don't know something, politely say you don't know. The fourth, which is the most important thing, is how to maneuver an interview.
Hmm.
See, for me, it's like what I understood. You cannot hit six in each and every ball. Just accept the fact. You will not know each and every topic equally. Just
Hmm.
wait for the turn for the correct ball to hit a six. For the tough balls, just duck or take a single.
Yeah,
Basically,
exactly.
if they're asking you a controversial topic, suppose it's a bit controversial, it's been in the news, take the stand of the constitution. Simple.
Hmm.
That is the safest option. You don't have to unnecessarily try to please somebody and take a stand. You are here to ultimately, you are going to serve by the constitution and according to the constitution. So take the
Hmm.
stand by the constitution. Remember the principles of the preamble in your mind clearly. That's what is going to define those tough questions.
Hmm.
Second, if you don't know something, just say, I'm sorry sir, I do not know this, or I cannot recall as of now. And third, those questions which are opinion based or which is related to your profile, have a
Hmm.
very good depth in that. Try to engage as much as possible with the interviewer. It should feel original. It should feel, your reasons should be very clear. Like, why do you want to join civil service has to be crystal clear. I
Hmm.
have seen aspirants not having clarity in this particular question particularly. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
that
a
has to be
very
very clear.
that's actually a very important question, which
Yeah.
none of them address actually.
See, the
Even
thing
no
is that
one express.
yeah, because more mote, we are preparing in an exam. We have to they expect ki at least you know what to expect. Now, if
Hmm.
you say flamboyant things about civil services, ki this will give you this and that, that's not the reality, right? The reality is
Hmm.
totally different. So it is
Hmm.
very important to not see things around, and you have your own original reason.
Hmm.
That is very important. Knowing your place, your district, that is utmost important. Some key
Hmm.
personalities of your district, the
Hmm.
history and facts about your state, you need
Hmm.
to know.
Hmm.
Particularly if for the aspirants who are writing UPSC, and hopefully all of them get an interview call. The one of the good thing about being from Northeast in the interview is a large part of your interview is focused on Northeast. Yeah,
Hmm.
so you can do very well in interview. When you ask about Northeast, you are expected to be very good in understanding the issues and give an
Hmm.
insider view rather than a view from outside.
Yeah.
So that actually helps. But in case of APSC, that's not the case. There you
Hmm.
expected. Suppose I am from Karbi Anglong, I am expected to know in and out of Karbi Anglong.
Yeah.
So that expectation interviewer will be having. So that you
Hmm.
need to meet. That
Hmm.
preparation is needed, but no need to worry so much. A bit of
Hmm.
anxiety is good for interview. That keeps your
Hmm.
performance good, and but too much
Hmm.
of anxiety also kills everything. So that is
Yes.
not at all.
Yes. So, like after the interview and after the entire process is through, so you join the services. So, what I wanted to ask from you is that, like, those who get into civil services, like, they have চবৰে এটা ড্ৰিম থাকে যে এচিএছ হ'ম, আইএছ হ'ম, এচিএছ হ'ম, আইএছ হ'ম, এপিএছ হ'ম, আইপিএছ হ'ম। বাকী বাকী চাৰ্ভিচেছ বিলাক সিহঁতে কনচিডাৰ নকৰে বা নাভাবেও, বাট লাষ্টত গৈ সিহঁতে সেইটো চাৰ্ভিচ পায় এণ্ড দে ষ্টাৰ্ট ৱৰ্কিং ইন দ'জ চাৰ্ভিচেছ। চ' সেইবিলাক চাৰ্ভিচেছো যে একচুৱেলি ভেৰি প্ৰমিচিং হয় এণ্ড বহুত ইণ্টাৰেষ্টিং হয় এণ্ড ইচ এণ্ড এভৰি ডে সেই চাৰ্ভিচেছবিলাকৰ বেলেগ হয়। চ' ইণ্ডিয়ান ৰেভিনিউ চাৰ্ভিচ ইজ ওৱান কাইণ্ড অফ চাৰ্ভিচ য'ত every day you are up to some set challenges which you have to tackle day to day. It's not like a day, like you go to the office and in the office you have some job or something like that. So there is a day to day service that you are providing to the citizens. সেই বস্তুটো কেনেকুৱা হয়, লাইক সেই সেই এৱেৰনেছটো আমাৰ এইফালে নৰ্থ ইষ্টৰ ফালে বা অসমত বহুত কম আছে। বহুতে নাজানে যে একচুৱেলি কি কি বেলেগ বেলেগ চাৰ্ভিচেছ আছে যোনটো আমি UPSC থ্ৰুৱেদি পাওঁ বা APSC থ্ৰুৱেদিও যোনবিলাক পাওঁ এলাইড ছাৰ্ভিচেছ সেইবিলাকো নাজানে। চ' হাউ ইজ ইট ফৰ ইউ, লাইক হাউ ৱাজ ইট ফৰ ইউ টু গেট ইন টু দ্য IRS? আৰু অলপ যদি এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চ শ্বেয়াৰ কৰিব পাৰোঁ, অলপ যদি এৱেৰনেছ ক্ৰিয়েট কৰিব পাৰোঁ এমং দ্য এছপিৰেণ্টছ হু আৰ ৱাচিং দিছ ছেশ্যন।
See, like when we start preparing for civils, the only things that comes to mind is IS बनना है या फिर IPS बनना है. What you refer to, that is correct, absolutely correct. And 99.99% aspirants, I would say, he doesn't know about the rest of the services. I was
Yeah,
also among them.
yeah.
Unless and until I got to the service, I did not know much in detail.
Mm,
But what I understand is every services, uh, IAS and IPS being among the all India services, you serve under the state, and you get to directly serve to the with the grassroots.
mm,
That is one added advantage which probably services like Indian Revenue Service doesn't have. But the other services provides you with a different sort of exposure, with a different sort of understanding of how things work in life, in how things work in the country. For if I take an example, there are a lot of service for audit and account service, or say defense account service, defense estate service. People are not aware about what is the service.
mm.
Uh, to some extent, with the present day popular movie culture, some of the services have come to light, but other services are yet to be highlighted in such a way. But they are performing one of the most key roles in the country. Say, for example, audit and account service. It works under the CAG. It has the responsibility of doing the audit of central government, the state governments, the PSUs. Unless and until things are in place, the country would have not been running so smoothly as it is running.
Yeah, exactly.
There are somebody who is taking care of things. There are somebody who is looking after important aspects which otherwise the things would not be running as it is. Only thing
Mm,
which is the visibility is probably not as much as IS or an IPS who is present on the ground. But behind the doors, behind the closed doors, a lot of people are working in a
mm,
different positions on
mm.
which is making things as it is today. For
Yeah, exactly.
instance, I would take my example in Indian Revenue Service. When I joined the service, I was not much aware what is there. See, revenue itself, it forms the basis of administration. The
Mm,
Kosh Moola Danda, which is the basic logo of the department.
mm,
Basically, unless and until you have revenue, you cannot run
mm.
the administration. So that's how the
Yes.
country runs. So
Mm,
we are helping the government to collect the revenue, to administer revenue. Only then it is possible that other welfare schemes and everything is in place. So tax administration and enforcement of the law.
mm,
Here we are implementing the income tax law, the Benami Act, the Black Money Act, Wealth Tax Act. These are the uh, statutes under which we are working. So
mm,
these forms basically the direct taxation part. I mean income tax. So there is the direct taxation. The sister department looks after indirect taxes of GST, central GST, and the
mm,
customs. Also, the
mm,
narcotics comes under them.
mm,
Uh, our department looks after the international taxation also, which is very key in the present day. All the base erosion and profit shifting which is happening, and the
mhm,
MNCs which is working. So
mm,
international taxation also taken care of.
mm,
There are these double taxation avoidance treaties between the countries
mm,
that are taken care of. Also in the election, we have a very key role to play, which many people do not know in the election. The
mm,
entire ministry looks after like the department is given the role to look after the expenditure. The candidates makes expenditure. We are the ones calling after, like
mm,
if the expenditure is made within the limit, then the flow of money which takes place during election, to keep a curb on that, our department plays a key role. So there are a lot of other deputation of opportunities which comes in that service.
yep.
We can get deputation in CBI, Enforcement Directorate. Uh, we can get deputate even to foreign deputations are also there. So those options are also open. It is
Mm,
also applicable to other services similarly.
mm,
Uh, and particularly in our service, presently where I'm posted as Deputy Director Income Tax Investigation, that conducts the search and survey, which so-called
mm,
raid in common terms. So that is there. I'm posted in the wing now. So It's a 24/7 work. As soon as you get information about, something like some cash user is there, or there is some information regarding some funds, being siphoned, or if there is a TEP, tax evasion petition, which is filed, we take action on those things. And there is also planned investigation which takes place, and search actions which takes place. So that is what the service profile of my service is. Similarly, other services have also, you know, when the aspirant is preparing, probably coaching institutes needs to take this initiative, where they should make the aspirants aware of different services. Uh, and they should be made, because only for UPSC only 180 people will become IS, and maybe around 150 becomes IPS, and the rest is all allied services. So most of the people are going to join the allied services anyways. uh, so being aware of the allied services is very important. Understanding that what role they play, that gives a lot of, even as an aspirant, somebody might tomorrow want to. There are a lot of perks of joining this allied service also. You don't get posted in small places; you get posted in the cities. So that is an added advantage. There's a comfort of life. There's a work-life balance also, which is probably a bit difficult to manage in IAS and IPS. So those added advantages are also there in allied services. Uh, Rest, I think we can have a detailed session on this separately at some different day.
Yeah,
Then I
surely.
can maybe discuss on a greater depth regarding the
Yeah,
same.
sure. Okay, okay. So, Deepu, during this entire process, so you gave UPSC many times. So Deepjoy was my NIT batchmate. মোৰ লগত একেলগে পঢ়িছিলে। তাৰপিছত পাছ আউট কৰি পেলাই তেখেতে গ'ল দিল্লীত কোচিং কৰিব গ'ল। তাৰপিছত বহুতবাৰ UPSC দিলে তেখেতে। চ' মোৰ কথাটো হ'ল যে ইমান বাৰ ইমান বছৰ কি বছৰ দি থকা সেই মটিভেশ্যনটো ক'ৰ পৰা আহে? সেই মটিভেশ্যনটো কেনেকৈ তুমি নিজকে বুজোৱা বা নিজকে কোৱা যে নাই এবাৰ নহ'লে নেক্সট টাইম আকৌ দিম? সেই বস্তুটো কেনেকৈ কোৱা? বা যেতিয়া ইউন' এনেকুৱা এটা সময় আহে যে নাই আৰু নোৱাৰোঁ পঢ়িবৰ কাৰণে, আৰু মই কণ্টিনিউ কৰিব নোৱাৰোঁ, তাৰ পিছতো কেনেকৈ পঢ়া? সেই মটিভেশ্যনটো আমাৰ এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চক অকণমান যদি তুমি গাইড কৰিব পাৰা যে মটিভেশ্যনটো কেনেকৈ ৰাখিব লাগে।
See, my motivation, one thing I have always maintained is I never tell anybody to prepare for civil services, because this is one such exam which does not need more than intelligence, or somebody being very sharp is not the necessity of the exam. It's more somebody who has to do that hard hours, keep that momentum through the process, ability to sit for long hours, ability to, sacrifice or go so-called incognito from the society. Some bit of getting cut off is also important. Coming out of the comfort zone, those are more important tenets. So, you know, if somebody would have told me go and prepare for civil services, then probably I would have not been able to appear so many attempts or given the exam multiple times. It was because I myself chose to do this. Because nobody had ever asked me to prepare for this, because I did not have to prove anyone anything that I will clear the exam or I will become an IAS. This is the path I chose for myself. So it was more the kick needs to come from inner self. That is the only motivation that is possible. That keep believing that man, that I will make it. I try to improve yourself, trying to be your most critical judge. Like when I used to read my own answers, I feel ki kya kachra likha hai. Although some coaching institute marked me out of 12 and a half, suppose 10, they gave me 6 or 5. So then nahi, ye to acha nahi hai. I could have written a better answer. That kind of self criticism,
Yeah.
positive criticism, what are the ways of improving, that is very important. And not getting bogged down with failures. Accept the fact that somebody is better than you at that point of time, and don't always keep cursing ki यार मेरा तो नहीं हो रहा है, अब क्या होगा, मेरा किस्मत ही का खराब है. Those are things which are out of your control. There are only certain things which you can control. Now you have left one topic and gone, and UPSC asks 5 questions out of it. That is pure luck. You can't help, and just accept it that things not go your way. Come better prepared. Come much more mentally stronger the next time. So
Hmm.
I think that self-analysis and being a little bit of critical of yourself, and
Hmm.
keeping yourself updated with the process
Hmm.
and knowing your limitations is very important. I know that my prelims may I am not that good in say history, mugging up the facts, and so I used
Hmm.
to keep history aside. I don't keep think history is not my cup of tea as of
Yeah.
now. I will do the rest of the subject in such a way that come whatever question is asked, I will get it correct 101%.
So basically, in
The,
civil
so
services, you must know yourself very well.
Very well, very well. See, I'll give you one example. Like in the first attempt, prelims, I had a very limited time.
Hmm.
I was relying on CSET a lot, but I could not prepare for CSET also much because I finished my classes by July of 2014, and the prelims was in August 24. Now I have only 1 month of time to prepare. Now, if I go to prepare the entire GS syllabus, I will not land up anywhere. So I picked up 4 or 5 subjects. The IT picked up polity, economics, geography, environment, and modern history. This is the only things I will study and go. I'll study it multiple times, and I'll ensure that whatever questions come from this, I'll get it correct. And I scored 89 in GS, and the rest I was from CSET. I was only successful because I was able to focus my preparation and knew my limitations that, and I did not even see the questions which came from art and culture or which came
Yeah.
from science and tech because I did not prepare. I got only
Hmm.
6 questions, six questions negative in that attempt. But
Hmm.
I would not recommend anyone to leave some portion because easier questions are always there in all the subjects.
Yeah, and
But
now CSAT
at
is
that
not.
point of time, I had my limitations.
And now CSAT is
So
not
I think
scoring like your time. Yes.
yeah, then nowadays there is no CSET anyway, so
Yes.
you have to prepare well for
For
prelims.
GS only.
Prelims is a different ball game, so I think
Yeah.
attempting well more than 85 questions, getting 60%, 70%, 60 to 70 questions correct, that is a very
Yeah.
big challenge. I think
Yeah.
it needs a lot of practice, some
Yes.
bit of elimination, uh,
And
bit
bit of
of
luck also.
you know bit of luck. Yeah, luck is always there. That is always there. But I
Mm.
would not talk about luck. That's why because those are things I can't control.
Yeah,
That is out
exactly.
of my control.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
if I keep thinking about luck, then
Mm.
I will waste time in
You'll slack in
other
your
parts.
preparation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
that is
can
it.
understand. So, Deepo, uh, like we have come to the end of the session. I hope যদি কোনোবাই কাৰোবাক কিবা কুৱেশ্যন সুধিব বিচাৰিছে কমেণ্ট ছেকশ্যনত দিব পাৰে এতিয়াও আমাৰ অলপ টাইম আছে তো Deepjoy, what is your advice to the APSC candidates who are going to give next time? Like, তোমাৰ ফালৰ পৰা যদি তুমি কিবা advice দিব বিচাৰিবা or to the aspirants, like to your old self যদি বিচাৰিলাহেঁতেন তুমি যদি APSC দি থাকিলাহেঁতেন তুমি কি advice দিলাহেঁতেন সিহঁতক?
See, দুটা টাইপৰ এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চ হ'ব ফাৰ্ষ্ট হ'ব যোনে ফাৰ্ষ্ট টাইম দি আছে ছেকেণ্ড হ'ব যোনে মে বি দে হেভ নট বিন ছাকচেছফুল দিছ টাইম ত' আৰু এটা এটেম্প দিব for those who are giving again, the simple philosophy would be first of all, take a blank sheet of paper and write down what you have done wrong in this attempt. Take out those question papers. If you have written mains, take out the mains paper. If you have taken only prelims, take out the prelims paper and see what mistakes have you done. You are the biggest judge of your own. So you need to understand what mistakes have done and how you are going to rectify that. You should have a clear
Yes.
blueprint. That blueprint is the thing which is most important. You need to know ki today is suppose 29th of May. I should know on 30th of June what am I going to study. I should know
Yes.
on 30th of July what I'll be studying. Having a
Exactly.
3 to 6 months to 9 months of blueprint is very important. You might not be able to complete it entirely, but understanding that I am lagging in some part and trying to cover that up is very important. So that blueprint is very important. Second thing, this was the first time when APSC conducted with this pattern. So previous year's question of UPSC is still the go-to material. Uh, Go to the previous year's question of UPSC of because they have replicated the uh, syllabus. So so go back to the previous year's question and see what kind of questions were asked and what APSC is asking. Uh, Also try to integrate some of the examples from Assam in all the answers as much as possible. That will give you that extra edge in each and every question. If you get half a mark in each and every question, That's like 10 marks in each paper. So that
Yeah.
can make a huge difference. So make a bit, bring that originality. If there is a question on Manrega, try to give a successful example from Assami of Manrega. If there is a question of Poshan Abhiyan, I think uh, uh, TM of Bongaigaon district did a very good work in Poshan Abhiyan in Assam. So that kind of example should come organically in your answers. So that
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing, if you do and give a personal touch to the answer, I think it will score your marks, score very well in mains. Regarding prelims, I think you are already guiding how the aspirant should approach. Uh, so I will not talk much about that. For the people who are appearing for the first time, I think you don't have much time because you're doing things for the first time. So first of all, try to cover the syllabus as much as possible. You can leave some portions for after pre, like world history, post independence, maybe a bit of case study, part of ethics, then security issues, international relation. Although it's a current affairs thing, those things which are not required for prelims at all, you can maybe some portion you can keep it for after prelims because you don't have much time. uh, do a very good preparation of CSAT, I would say, because many people are falling prey to that. They're not able to do well in CSAT. And start your prelims preparation uh, as soon as possible because first attempt people needs more time for prelims. And know your strengths and know your weaknesses. And some topics like say polity, uh, economics, geography, map work, environment, some part of environment, some part of science and tech. Ensure that you don't get any question wrong. You cannot afford to miss out on a single question.
Yes.
Quality, if you're getting one question wrong, you're decreasing in probability by almost 10 to 15% of clearing
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
That
Exactly.
is that brutal. So you need to ensure that you know everything in and out of those topics. Some topics you can always, go safe, or you can always take a chance, say art and culture. You don't know how much to expect. You can do Nutan Singhania and then you can lift it on faith key. Okay, I'll try to manage. But these topics, see the previous year's question, understand what UPSC kind of question they're asking. That is very important. That is what I understand is required.
Okay. So, we have reached the end of the session. It's around more than 45 minutes now. So, thank you so much, Deepu. We don't have any questions as such in the comments section right now. So, we would love to have you back again for maybe another informative session. Thank you so much. আৰু বহুত ভাল লাগিলে ইণ্টাৰেকশ্যন কৰি পেলাই আমাৰ এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চবিলাকৰ কাৰণে এইবিলাক এইবাৰ ফাৰ্ষ্ট টাইম হ'ব যে মানে ইউ পি এছ চি ক্ৰেক কৰা মানুহ এজন আহি পেলাই অকণমান এৱেৰনেছ দিছে যে ইউ পি এছ চি এক্সামটো বেচিকেলি কেনেকুৱা হয় এণ্ড কেনেকৈ সেইটো বস্তু এপ্ৰ'চ কৰিব পাৰে বিকজ এইফালে অসমৰ ফালে অকণমান সেইটোৰ ফালে কম এৱেৰনেছ আছে কম জনজাত আছে মানুহবিলাক সেইটোক লৈ পেলাই চ' থেংক ইউ ছ' মাছ দীপজয় হোপ যে আমি পিছত আৰু ছেশ্যনছ কৰিব পাৰোঁ তোমাৰ লগত এণ্ড উই উইচ ইউ বেষ্ট অফ লাক ইন ইয়ৰ ইলাষ্ট্ৰিয়াছ কেৰিয়াৰ হোপ we can see you as Ajay Devgan of Raid one day.
First of all, thank you so much for your kind words, and it was an honor. Like it's always great to give something back to the aspirants because uh, I have been through this journey, and I know that maybe if any one single aspirant can gain out of whatever conversation we have, I think the entire
Yeah,
purpose of this last 15 minutes
yes,
would be
yes,
solved.
exactly, exactly.
That is what I feel, and it will be always an honor to come and interact, get back to with the aspirants. Maybe sometime I can come down to Lakhimpur, have an interactive session with the aspirants directly. Uh, and thank you. I am it's like more than you saying to me. I am thankful that I am thank you that I'd like to thank that you have given me this opportunity to interact with the aspirants.
Our pleasure. It's
And
our pleasure.
all the best to Solution Con that you can help more, guide more people, help them achieve their dreams, and
Yeah.
you are doing the role which is very important in the society. Unless and until somebody is a guide and a mentor, people will always meander and try to find their own way. So I hope that many people get success through you and meet their dreams.
Thank you Deepu, thank you so much for your wishes. আৰু ঠিক আছে এতিয়া বিদায় লওঁ আজিৰ কাৰণে। Hopefully one day we'll have another informative session with you. Maybe in geography we can, geography optional, we can plan another session with your
Sure,
guidance maybe. Yeah. Okay,
sure, sure,
thank you.
sure. I'll be more
Thank
than
you.
happy to help. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.